can do throughout the rest of these playoffs, because yesterday was insanity. We start, of course, with the Pacers and the Cavs. My goodness, this historically, we'll be able to look back on this one. Haliburton, as voted most overrated player in the league. The game-winning, this is an amazing moment, giving the Pacers a 2-0 lead. It's a 121-19 victory. Had 19, 9 rebounds, and of course that game-winning three with a second left. Donovan Mitchell, what a waste of a 48-point night. Max Strus had a playoff career high. But the fact that Cleveland, Lou, was up 7 points with under a minute left, I feel like almost deja vu about these types of endings to these crazy awesome games. Are you giving credit to Pacers? Are you attributing a collapse to the Cavs?
First things first, I want to apologize to Indiana. I'm a man, and I was wrong. Y'all aren't a boring basketball team. I was wrong. Hey, let's just bury the hatchet. Y'all can get out of my mention. I was wrong. But I'm giving credit to Indiana. Yeah, you gotta clip this. But I'm giving credit to Indiana. You know, in order for a team to choke, you got to give the game away. I feel like Indiana took this game. This was a take. Like, they made 2 big effort plays right here. Like, that is an effort play right there. The next one that Haliburton got, that's also an effort play. Like, these guys, they just put their heads down and they made play after play to put themselves in a position, even being down 7 points under a minute to go. Like, this is a game that they went out there and took. 36 points in the fourth quarter, 30 of them from free throw line or in the paint. That's just an aggressive basketball team. And they taught the league something. You don't have to shoot threes to get back in a basketball game. You still can be an aggressive team that puts your head down and put pressure on the rim. So kudos to them for doing that. But this was a game that they went out and took and just made play after play. Like, those were 2 big effort plays. So I say that Indiana took this game. This wasn't a choke job. This was a team that wanted it more. And when you make effort plays like that, you put yourself in a position to get back in ball games and even win them. And that's what Indiana did to me.
This was insane, Chandler.
It gave us a little bit of everything, right? Like, the Pacers came out like the Cavs were missing 3 of their rotation players, right? They didn't set the tone. Cleveland set the tone defensively. They were moving the ball on the offensive end. Pacers scored 15 points in the first quarter. Like they came out like this was just going to be easy. And at this point of the season in the playoffs, it is not going to be that way. And I think they learned that. They kicked it into gear. They scored 35 in the second quarter and obviously kind of continued to get better and better in the second half. But Cleveland, again, they went away from what was working from them. They were throwing the first punch. They were the aggressor defensively. Max Strus had a huge first half, kind of getting them this big leads, but they kind of went away from certain things that were working. And give Indiana credit. They stuck with it. They continue to grind. That shot at the end of the game right there, too, was insane. Tyrese Haliburton.
All by himself.
Like, I'm just going to take this. I love going for the win on the road, too. Like, let's not even get to the hoop. Let's go up 2-0 or let's go back home 1-1. Like, it doesn't matter. Either way, we already got one. And that was a huge, big-time shot. Yeah, overrated? I don't think so.
I mean, the fact that they were chanting it so loudly too. Oh.
They were, and even Donovan Mitchell was like, "Y'all gotta chill. y'all chill out." And it ended up biting them in the rear. But man, I love the fact that Tyrese, like you just said, listen, we're gonna win this game. Like, we've already got our one. We're not going for a tie. We're not giving y'all an opportunity to dominate us like y'all did for 3.5 quarters. We're not doing it. Either we're going to win this basketball game or we're going home 1-1. And that's what you like. And look, when you have the ball in your best player's hands right here, everybody just get out of the way. This is an ISO step back. This is a shot that he's made time and time again. And he's sending them back to Indiana with a 2-0 lead.
And let's clear this up. There's no way he missed the free throw on purpose. There's no way
I'm not saying never.
On purpose.
There's no
reason. They still have time.
No, it wouldn't even be logical. Yeah.
But the way everything was going at that, first of all, I'm going to give all the love to the Pacers because that was an amazing road victory. But you could not script more mistakes being made by one team in such a short period of time like Cleveland did. Just the inbounds, couldn't get that. The fact that they got his own rebound, like everything just felt like they were in mud and it just shut down. So at this point, Chandler, I don't know what's real anymore.
But those are effort plays, Beadle.
All effort. Yeah. And it was like they just stopped. They just stopped trying.
Especially a Cleveland Cavs team that is missing DeAndre Hunter, Darius Garland, probably for you to win these type of games, it has to be effort. Think about it. Donovan Mitchell just went bananas, scored 48 points, did everything he could. He still had Max Strus kind of throwing in some threes and be productive. Ty Jerome really, really struggled going 1 for 14 from the field, but he's been great all season long. You have to win these games with those plays, with taking care of the ball, with diving on the floor, with getting on the offensive glass. And they didn't do that. They did in the beginning of the game, and they kind of went away from that. Shots stopped falling. Shots started falling for Indiana. And again, I'm looking at this stat. Teams are now 3-1 and 1,679 over the last 20 years, being up 7 points. Like, that is a choke job.
Wait, two of them.
And 2 of them are the Pacers.
I love this stat. I just literally wrote this stat down because I want to say it like 30 more times today. It's one of those stats that's just like
1,679. That's ridiculous.
Two of them.
So, Chandler, you're giving it a choke job.
It feels choky.
How is it? Like, and again, it's not even
that's what I'm saying. Some games are given, some games you give away, and some games you take. I look at it like they took this game. Like, to get 2 offensive rebounds from the free throw line in the way that they did. Like, that's training camp. Those are the training camp drills that you hate, Chandler. You remember we used to have to spend 15, 20 minutes on free throw box outs like we were a little JV AAU team or something where they're like, listen, guys, you got to step in front of this guy and stop. We like, bro, we know. And then 6 months later, it comes back to beat you in a game. But again, to me, when I look at this, these were effort plays. Like, Nesmith could have easily just sit there on the 3-point line and box, because his job is to either get the shooter or box out the guy that's right next to him. He attacked the rim. Holly, he could have did the same thing, held his follow through, hoping to make that shot. He followed it up. Like, those are effort plays to me. Like, those are guys that wanted it more. But I get what you're saying on a choke job as well.
It's like the perfect storm of the Cavs just put it on a nice silver platter and the Pacers snatched it anyways. Like, it was just so aggressive and perfectly done. The scary part is like we mentioned, the Donovan Mitchell 48-point night just seems like a complete waste. Then he's a little banged up because he and Nesmith were at it, and there was a lot of crashing to the floor during this one. The playoffs in general, again, they've been an absolute joy. 15 of these games have already been decided by 3 points or fewer, and we are just getting underway in the second round. Chandler, I don't want to be dramatic, but man, are these the best playoffs ever or what?
Listen, it's early, but they've been great. And I feel like the league in general, the style of play, not took a hit, but, people don't necessarily love the way the game is being played now and how it's being officiated and all the 3-pointers being taken early and long. And watch that and then watch the playoffs. It's 2 completely different games. You see these scores now, they look like the 90s type scoring games. Possessions matter. It's more physical. You always hear the term playoff basketball. I feel like that is even maximized right now this season. Feels like there's some sort of bad blood in every single series. Every road team goes and steals game 1 on the road. I think that's the first time that's ever happened. So I think it's great. I think it's unbelievable. It's teaching us as fans too, that 20, 25-point leads, do not turn it off. Do not turn the game off, because this thing is not over. There have been multiple great comebacks. There's been great finishes. There's been great individual performances. So they've given us a little bit of everything. Best playoffs ever. Again, we're only in the second round. We still got to get to June. So it's off to the best start ever. I'll say that.
I was a year early. Last year, I said that these probably were going to be the best playoffs, and it manifested into it being this year. Like, we're getting the matchups that we want. We're getting the teams that we want. Everything that you can imagine that you want from great playoff basketball, we're getting it. We got game winners. We got guys fighting. We got pushing. We got shoving. We got star matchups. We got trash talk. It's everything that fans could ever imagine and want from NBA playoffs, so all of that talk about ratings being down, this and that, you can throw that in the trash can. This is absolutely entertaining what we're experiencing right now.
We got game winners. We got 5 of them so far with under 5 seconds left, which is about as exciting as you could possibly. We have a game-winning dunk, for goodness sake. Like, that's insane. Let's talk TYRESE Haliburton. So yes, the game winner, and then he hits the Sam Cassell dance, which of course was taken from the movie Major League 2. And then he already said, "I will gladly take the fine." He heard those chants like we all did sitting on our couches. He's been hearing these chants for a while. Can we stop now, or are we going to keep doing this, people? Lou? Like enough.
Anytime that your celebration gets banned, that is by far an all-time favorite. That like this the Sam Cassell right there, the monkey bees. That's one of my one of my all-time favorites, along with the Matumbo finger wave. That's more of the PG-13 version of it. But I love this, and it was appropriate. And again, they're gonna find them pretty good. But listen, write my check with a smile on my face. If I win this game and I'm going up 2-0 back to my home court and I'm putting my team in a great position to close this thing out, by all means, find me whatever you want. I'm writing that check with a smile on my face.
Yeah, this is the most well worth fine that you could ever imagine on the road in the playoffs. By the way, these are two teams too that the Cavs, they had an unbelievable regular season, right? And for some reason, because of the Boston Celtics, for the most part, they still didn't get the flowers. They didn't get the respect. Now they're obviously doomed with this injury bug where they're missing 3 rotation players. The Pacers even flew under the radar even more. Like they started off struggling, kind of wrote them off. There's been like 8 teams that are in the playoffs this year that media, including us, kind of wrote off, including the Denver Nuggets. Like you can go down the list. At a certain point of the season, we're like, man, this window's closing. The Golden State Warriors, this window's closing. They trade for Jimmy Butler, and now they're up 1-0. So these two teams in particular, I feel like they really flew under the radar. And now that the Indiana Pacers have a chance to go back home up 2-0 on the number 1 seed, it's incredible. I love it. I love the celebration. I'm still a big fan of the night. I think that I was going to ask,
what's the best one? Is the night the best one?
Night's great. It's a new one though. It's a new classic.
Are we talking celebrations across all sports? Because I like some of the wrestling ones, quite frankly. And that has been used in the NBA.
I don't watch that riffraff.
Oh, now we're going to act classy. Really, Chandler, we're doing this? Okay, you know what? I'm going to take a break and just yell at Chandler. I'm just kidding. I'm not allowed to do that. We got to talk the Cavs side of things. Because honestly, I'm watching this game yesterday, and they came out so strong, and you thought, okay, it's kind of weird that they're leading so much with their 3 guys on the bench, but here we are. Should have known, by the way, that it wouldn't last that long. Donovan Mitchell did so much. And first, let's talk about where he is and why we don't possibly mention him when we do talk top guys in the league, Lou. I feel like he's just not in that conversation regularly.
Here's my opinion on why he's not in that conversation. In Utah, he was part of that conversation with the top guards. But when he got to Cleveland, he became part of a duo. He became like a Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown type of thing. Now you're part of a duo. The other guys that are in those conversations, Luka, Shea, Steph, Ant-Man, they're still solo artists on their respective teams. Like even Steph, you add a Jimmy Butler and Luka plays next to LeBron, but they're not really considered like duos. You know what I mean? And that's just my personal opinion why he's not mentioning it. Other than that, the talent is there, the impact is there. He's an all-star caliber guy. He's a superstar in his own right. He should be mentioning that, but the only thing that I can even point towards is he's just part of the duo conversation. So instead of being considered one of the solo guys, he gets mentioned in who's the best duo. He's in that conversation. That's my opinion.
And it's crazy. He's only 28 years old. It feels like he's been in the league forever, and he's been dominating for a really long time. And I think more seasons like this, where he's the best player on one of the best teams, he's going to continue to get more recognition. Like if the Olympics were after this season, I think he gets the nod to be like on that team.
Oh, wow.
I think he's about to be first team All NBA. How could you not look at this guy after what he did this season? Now there's so many good guards in the league, and there's so much production at that position where I think he kind of gets lost in the shuffle. And like Lou said, Darius Garland's also an all-star guard that kind of shares the load with him. And then their team is really good. And so I think that kind of almost doesn't take away, but doesn't help his case when you just think of like the rankings of the top guard. But shoot, after this season, he's going to be probably first team All NBA. Like he deserves to be in those conversations, and he should be in those conversations. He's an elite scorer. He's a freak athlete. That dunk last night was ridiculous. He can do it all. And again, I think more seasons like this where he plays well and his team wins, he's going to continue to get the respect he deserves.
Yeah, the playoff points are there because right now he's above Steph, SGA, and Ant. But here's what's going to suck is if they do get eliminated in this round, unfortunately for him, all that positive talk just sort of goes away, at least until next season, which is a bit of a bummer given what a year they put together. We mentioned it. They didn't have, what's that?
Yeah. Think about that. Like they had such a great season. No one expected them to be here. And then if they go and now I don't want to say the sweep word, but if they lose 4-0, 4-1 to this Pacers team, kind of you forget about how beautiful the season. You know what I mean? So it's hard. Again, this season is far from over. They can go and steal game 3, and all of a sudden it shifts again. I'd like to think with the injuries that Garland and DeAndre Hunter have too, and Mobley, like I'd like to think they're playing game 3. Who knows if they will? I thought they were going to play this game too. The fact that all of them were out was shocking. But yeah, this is going to be out. This is going to hurt some guys' free agency that they're going into this summer. You can lose some money and some opportunity if you go
Chandler.
down.
Hold on, Chandler. I'm gonna let you finish, but it's a lot of basketball to be played. So
that's what I said. I don't think it's over by any means.
Let's not put all of that on it because we've seen weirder things happen. You know, like they're down 0-2 at home, but if they go out on the road and can go get 2 in Indiana, we're having a completely different conversation by this time.
Go get 1 in Indiana.
But the odds are
absolutely.
they definitely made their road difficult. Like that's the bottom line. They're down 0-2 and it's
a million percent. It's just got real. It just got real for Cleveland.
Really
and also take 2 starters and your 6th, 7th man off any team left in the playoffs. They are not going to be close to what they are with those teams. So that is a huge hit dealing with these 3 guys out.
Absolutely.
Yeah. By the way, I don't ever want to assume anybody's pain or what they're going through. But as players on a team, like your teammates are one of these 3 guys, is the expectation truly game 3? Just you have to dress. You have to be available. Is that what you expect from a teammate, Lou?
I think so. Yeah. Even if it's bothersome, we got to put our best effort and we got to put our best guys out on the floor. So again, they got about 48 hours to regroup and get guys back on the floor. I think some of these guys, I don't know. I think some of these guys could have possibly played, but I think they thought they had an opportunity where they can go out and win. Again, they're 1-2 possessions away from pulling it off and giving these guys a few extra days to get back. But now their backs are against the wall. I feel like whoever is available at whatever percent, they're going to play.
Yeah, and listen, I was hurt more than anybody. Most of my injuries required surgery. When I see something like this about a toe or a sprained finger, I'm like, that to me is something that you can wrap up, take some medicine, whatever you got to do, and you play. Even if it's going to give your team a boost of energy or confidence or a jolt. Like, look, this dude's leaving it all out there. Play the first 5 minutes and pull yourself. At this point, you're down 2-0 on the road. You got to be all hands on deck, and you got to go and at least show your team you are willing to make this injury worse even by going out and play.
I mean, everybody crushed Jared Allen last year for not dressing for games in the playoffs because of that thing. Really quickly, we know the score, we know the standing, we know what's up. Chandler, is the series over?
No, we just said that. It's not over. Again, game 3.
No, I want to hear it black and white.
It's not over. And lose game 3, be careful.
Then it's over.
You lose game 3, night. It's over. No, I think, again, you get a chance to win at least one of these games. Being down 3-1 is brutal, but at least the next 2 of the 3 games are on your home floor. You have to win game 3. It's not over yet.
Cavs are the 2-point faves in game 3.
We just said it. These are some of the best playoffs we've had in a very long time. A lot of basketball to be played. The door is not closed yet. We'll see.
I think that's what I want. Selfishly, I just don't want it over because I want more of this. Like I don't need this to end anytime soon.
Yeah, we can't afford to be having these sweeps and have nothing to talk about.
Thank you.
For sure.
Because we still have to work.
We're getting Oscar music. Are we getting Oscar music?
We're getting played off the stage. Jaylen Wells on the other side.
Run it back, run it up, 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 and run it back, run it up, then run it back, yeah.